Hello and good evening to you all. Welcome to Tea with Miss Nupe, the show where we discuss several social issues and trending topics. Tonight, we are diving into the world of entertainment and education. We will be discussing Tyler Perry's new movie, Divorce in the Black. The film touches on powerful themes that resonate deeply within Africans and the African American community. We will explore its impact, the conversations it's sparking, and what it means for all of us. Stay tuned. Tonight's discussion is one you don't even want to miss. Let's start with a brief overview of the movie Divorce in the Black for those who haven't seen it yet. The story revolves around a 17-year-old happy, pretty, godly child who fell in love with her high school sweetheart until they married. Now 37, she has been with the same man for 20 years. She did everything possible to help him overcome his traumas and become a better man, but her efforts proved futile. She endured immense abuse until the man requested a divorce, which she granted. Despite coming from a supportive, godly home, she endured abuse for 20 years, which was surprising and is a reason for the talk and controversy of this movie. This movie reveals that there's a percentage of women from very good homes with supportive family love who still endure abuse. It's often assumed that women from poor homes with little to no family support are the ones who endure abuse for several reasons, which include low self esteem and self worth. They grow up without a father figure and experience a lack of love and affirmation, which often leads to low self esteem, which makes it harder for them to recognize their own worth and believe they deserve better treatment and so endure this. Also, there is a normalization of dysfunction. With our positive role models for healthy relationships, such women may normalize abusive behavior, seeing it as a standard of past relationships without realizing it's unhealthy and toxic. There's also the issue of economic dependence. Poverty can limit options and resources, so it makes it difficult for them to leave an abusive relationship due to financial constraints and fear of instability or homelessness, which makes them endure this abuse. There is also another critical issue, which is the lack of support networks. Women from highly disadvantaged backgrounds usually have very few social support. This makes them feel isolated and without the necessary assistance to leave an abusive situation because they begin to feel their partner is the only one who loves them and gives them the love they deserve. So they stick in it. This is known. But for people from godly homes, supportive homes, and homes where there's so much love, it is surprising to know that such women also endure abuse. This movie highlighted some of the reasons why such women also endure abuse. Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black was an eye-opener for many, including myself. It reveals several complex and multifaceted reasons why a woman from a very supportive and loving background might endure abuse for so long without seeking a divorce or separation. Some of the reasons include love. They often love their partners deeply, hoping they will change and become better. But this change never materializes and they keep hoping for the best. Another reason is fear and intimidation. Abusers often use stress and intimidation to instill fear in their victims, making them afraid to leave due to potential repercussions. In this movie, you see that there was the fear of starting over at the age of 37, which for her was significant, and so she would rather stay until the man reforms. There's also the issue of emotional manipulation. Abusers can be very, very manipulative, convincing their partners they are to blame for the abuse and that the abusers will never change. The man in the movie accused his wife of trying to change him and so justifying his abusive behavior towards the woman. He went on and on about the woman should love him for who he is. Meanwhile, this who he is a terrible person. So you don't expect this person to love you for who you are. So in trying to change him, he saw that as the reason for the abuse. And so don't change me. And so he was just constantly abusing the girl. Another profound reason is stigma and shame. Despite having a supportive family, social stigma and personal shame, which is associated with divorce and admitting to being in an abusive relationship, can be a very serious and significant barrier. The protagonist in this movie hid the abuse from her family until it was time for the divorce. But you see, the beauty of the movie lies in the protagonist's realization of her worth. With the help of her family and friends, she accepted the divorce, stood her ground, and understood she deserved better. Divorce is challenging and has its consequences, just like a bad marriage. Decide which consequence you can deal with and make the best decision for your well-being. Don't sit and say that because divorce has consequences, you would rather stay. No. If it is a toxic marriage or a bad marriage, it also has its consequences. Which would you rather have? Stay in a toxic bad marriage because divorce is bad and because God is against it. Mind you, God is equally against abusive partners and disrespect, because for God, marriage should be able to provide mutual respect for both partners. Do not let societal stigma force you to stay in an abusive marriage. If you can't find joy in your marriage, it's better to leave. There's a saying in Akan that "Usra wari jaya, unya wari pa," which is to mean that if you fear divorce, you can't find a good marriage or a good spouse. This is not to encourage divorce, but it's always a better option than losing your self-worth or even losing your life because of a toxic marriage. I enjoyed the movie because it taught me that women from supportive families can also stay longer in abusive marriages. The good side is that they know they can always return to their families and be accepted with love, care, and support. When you have a supportive family, at any time you decide to leave such abusive homes, know that their doors will be open for you to come, and then they will help you through the healing process. As a society, we must support women who decide to leave abusive marriages, not to ridicule them. Until next time, please stay compassionate and provide comprehensive support system to help individuals in abusive relationships find safety and healing. Like, comment, and share this video for all to see. Today, this beautiful outfit of mine is from Dear Essence. They offer stunning corporate and casual outfits for all your classic and bougie events. Contact them on 0261 417902 for all your beautiful outfits and accessories. Thank you and have a good night.